Alright, we got another allegation coming up the pipeline. Let's get into it. Oh, whoa! Now, we got something that needs a little bit of context. Now, about maybe 2-3 weeks ago, there was an expose on a Minecraft slash musician, a YouTuber named Wilbur Soot. Has about like 6 million subs, and he's pretty big in the Minecraft community. Really friends with like, the Dream and that kind of crowd. But yeah, 3 weeks ago, he got exposed for being a abusive biter. He would bite his past girlfriend named Shubble, real name Shelby, and apparently he bit her so much that she got bruises. The relationship was dog shit, yada yada yada. Basically, yeah, exposed being an abuser. Now that's bad in itself. He responded about a day or two later with a interesting response where in the first page he told the girl that she was valid to have these feelings, and then in the second page denied any of the allegations. A very weird response. It doesn't really give credence to his character. I wouldn't say off the bat that he's innocent or that he's guilty. I would say that one, who the fuck bites people randomly? Apparently this guy bited people so much that even his mom knew about it. So maybe he bit people like autistically for some reason, or he has like a tick. Weird guy off the bat. But secondly, people are calling him like a rapist or something like that, or adjacent rapist. Now that's bad in itself. There's no proof of him being a rapist or any allegations up to that point. But later on, there was another allegation that came in about a day ago from another female. Now, this girl by the name of Alice, this girl is actually a cosplayer that used to date Wilbur as well. But apparently, not only is he a biter, but now he's probably a sexual abuser. Apparently they dated for some time, and let's just look at the accusations. By the way, I'm not going to really cover the other one since it's been a while now, and this is the most recent allegation. This allegation actually means a little bit more, because if he's a biter and abuser, that's kind of weird and gross. But this one is like, wow, he could be a rapist. So let's get into this. My experience with Wilbur. Hello, I'm Alan. I dated Wilbur back in 2019, and I want to speak out about my experience. I felt like I couldn't talk about this sooner because I was scared of his public influence and the potential backlash from his fans. But now, after hearing Shelby's story, person I just mentioned before that accused him, seeing the support she's been shown, and admiring her bravery, I finally feel safe to break my silence in our relationship. Back in 2019, at the beginning of our relationship, I was immediately shown a lot of affection, very reminiscent of love bombing. One of his close friends warned me in confidence to be careful, as if they had seen people get hurt in the past, but I believed he was good inside. After a month, the honeymoon period was over, and it was like I was dating a completely different person. I was told to keep our relationship a secret, but was framed in a way that was implied that it was for my safety, as if it was my best interest to keep this a secret despite my own feelings. I believe that he enjoyed having control in the relationship. Now, first off, I don't know why this is relevant. This sounds like typical YouTuber relationship. You don't want people to know that you're in a relationship with someone that's probably not that long anyways. So I don't really understand why this was included. Doesn't really matter. Not really the allegation. On to the next one. I would have to hide as he streamed and sit silently in the corner of his room, waiting for him to go offline. He would say condescendingly things to me about my interests and the type of content I created, as if he just didn't take it or me seriously and would only be enthusiastic about his future plans with music and desire for fame. I never felt like he was encouraging towards me any of the goals, and in the last few months, he made me feel extremely unlovable and unwanted. I had suffered with self-harming tendencies in 2019. He ignored the marks on my body and took interest in retelling his own life struggles. I also experienced the biting habit, which has already been elaborated on by Shelby, I mentioned before. After a while, I noticed it was always me putting the effort into the relationship, so I decided one day that not to be the one to message first, just to see what would happen, and he never spoke to me again, so relationship dissolved. Again, this second page, I want to be charitable and say, hey, all this seems like maybe it did happen, but again, all this seems like at this point in this accusation just shitty boyfriend behavior. It kind of seems like she wasn't really an important person in his life, and kind of felt like it kind of sounds like she was just like a side thing for him. So far nothing really is important right now. I wouldn't go out of my way and say this guy is a piece of shit yet, but let's get to the last page right here. Skipping ahead to 2021, we had spoken briefly over an Instagram DM about the relationship and meeting up for closure, how things went in 2019. I gave him a second chance and met up hoping to get some answers. We walked through the densely populated areas of town where we stopped multiple times by his fans. In hindsight, this felt very intentional, almost as if it was to flaunt his influence and desirability to me. We went to a bar to talk, and he then proceeded to get me very drunk. He got us to an Uber back to his house. I ended up blacking out in his bed due to alcohol, but the last thing I remember was him unconsensually removing my clothes. The next morning, he proceeded to tell me that I must be a lesbian because I wasn't interested in him. These past years have been extremely difficult to navigate because of this. I couldn't go online without seeing him everywhere and being adored as his soft boy who heroically respect women and mental health issues. I couldn't even go to conventions and enjoy my own hobbies without seeing people dressed up as him. Shelby was right. Staying quiet wasn't bringing me any peace. It was only keeping his. Now, this is where it's most important. Now, first off, the first part where it got to the point where, like, I mean, first of all, him being recognized in public was probably a reason why he didn't want to be public with his relationship. Also, again, it sounds like you weren't important to him as much as he was to you. So let's just get that out there. Now, I will say that the sense of he proceeded to get me drunk is kind of weird. I'm guessing that you're over the age of 21. It sounds like she's not really taking accountability of her getting drunk, unless Wilbur forcibly shoved down the alcohol down her throat. She got drunk on her own accord, which is fine. I mean, nothing crazy about that. I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody getting drunk with someone if she felt safe with him. Now it seems like she was going in and out of consciousness, it seems like, because when it got to the part where the actual allegation, which is crazy enough, just these last two sentences, which are the most important, he unconsensually removed his clothes and called her a lesbian because he wasn't interested in him. Now that's fucked up. If true, this guy's a fucking scumbag, but I can't really say either way that this guy's guilty or not. I'm not gonna call this guy a rapist like most of Twitter is, because I don't have any of the evidence or nothing from his side that even denies it. So as long as he's gonna be quiet about this, he's gonna look bad in either way. So, and yeah. Now again, is this guy guilty? I don't know, but I do know is he's a weirdo who likes to bite people, autistically, and then he's also possibly just could be a really weird guy that's at this post insinuating that he is a sexual abuser. So, man, this is some fucked up shit. Now, it is kind of funny though, is that people are pointing out that she pointed out her YouTube and Patreon in a later post. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care. I mean, if you were sexually assaulted by someone and you can make a bag from it, I mean, wouldn't you? If this guy's a big, it would make sense if this was like a private matter and this person wasn't a big content creator like Wilbur is. But because he is, I mean, go ahead, girl, go get your bag. You know what I'm saying? But either way, it just doesn't make any sense. Overall, this guy just seems like a weirdo, possibly an abuser. I wouldn't say a rapist. I think this Alice girl, I'll give some shareability. I would say as advice, maybe don't include any of this bullshit relationship stuff that doesn't matter. We just care. If you're gonna bring out an allegation on someone, just tell us what happened. Don't tell us about the backstory that you have. Maybe yeah, tell us if you had a relationship with him, but you don't have to tell us like he sat me in the corner of his room and told me that I shouldn't be in the stream live, and like I don't think it really matters. So like what was he like forcing you to be like? I would understand. He's like, all right, bitch, don't move from that corner and don't show up on my stream. I'm gonna be streaming. I don't want people to know that you're in a relationship with me. No, sit there and be quiet. Like, I understand that's kind of fucked up, but it sounds like he just genuinely didn't want people to know this relationship with a thing. So I mean, we know it's a thing because first image shows pictures with them together. So I mean, other than that, I mean, this guy's fucked either way. I mean, if you don't post a response anytime soon, you're gonna look shit. No one needs to go to your defense. I mean, you're a shitty guy. At best, we know he's a shitty person, that horrible boyfriend. At worst, he's insinuated to be a rapist who believed that he unconsensually touched her when she was unconscious. So at this point, my graphic community, they got something to do with. Now, apparently, this guy's a musician. He has a band, Wilbur, and there's venues that are being contacted that he performs at, or he's going to perform at. So this is gonna affect not only him but his band as well. So shit. I mean, at the end of the day, this guy is not doing himself any better by being quiet, releasing a response that's so shitty, and then continuing to be quiet about this, foreseeable into the future, how long it will be. So hey, that's just me. I'm just telling you what's going on. I have no dog in this fight. I didn't even know these people existed until about 3 weeks ago. So hell, I'll be damned if something comes out and it's definitive that he's a fucking rapist, and shit, that's what he is. But for now, I think we should all be adults, because apparently these are oh, by the way, these are adults, by the way, but they kind of act like, you know, they're in that uwu Minecraft community where they deliberately cater to a younger audience who don't really understand adult situations like this. Probably a lot of their audience don't understand how relationships work, so they're gonna look at this beginning part that Alice shows and be like, wow, he must be an abuser, he must be a rapist because he wouldn't acknowledge the relationship. Like, that's not really important. People usually will do that after they don't want their relationship to be public online for their own mental sanity. But yeah, but I think the most important part was, again, she was unconscious and didn't give consent if he took off his clothes and did anything to her. I think that last statement of like she's a lesbian because she was interested is implying that he did something. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see for Wilbur's response. I'll update with a video in the future that happens, but for now, I mean, yeah, that's about it. Wilbur, if you can hear me, I like to give a little bit of a something at the end here, a little bit of a message out, even though this is probably going to the void. Wilbur, don't bite people, you freak. That's fucking weird. Hell, you can say in a setting where it's like two people consenting in sexual matter, sure, but apparently this guy bited in the past when he was maybe a kid or something. That's weird. Don't fucking do that. And to these girls, it's okay. We understand. to these girls, I can give charitability. And I say, hey, it might be true, might not, but I like to see a response from the other party. Also, this Alice girl posted another tweet where she said, this is kind of funny. That's how you know it's a Minecraft community that she's catering to. Thank you for all the incredible amount of support. I was so anxious to tell my story, but I'm so relieved I did. If YouTube news channels monetize off my trauma, I'm gonna be mad angry emoji face. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a video, but I can't monetize this channel yet. So am I in the clear then? Am I good? Am I chill? We all good here? All right. See ya later.